Who's better to survive in the wild? Come to Tanzania for Hadza tribalism. Forget about their hunting skills. This warthog alone is worth learning from. First, the fat is boiled in oil to set the tone. After a simple cleaning of the pig, go straight to the fire. It has to be 9 turns to be good, and then stew it on top of the belt. There's no such thing as cheating. The original is the ultimate taste. Finally, cover with a variety of vegetables to enrich the flavor. The key point is the salt. It has to be a lethal dose. I haven't tried it yet. The dog next door is crying. How much do you think is appropriate for a pot like this? They say a cook who can't hunt isn't a good cook. Let's follow the Hadza hunters. See how this wilderness chef gets trained. The hunter-gatherer Hadza tribe. The bow and arrow are carefully checked before each departure. Calibrate the arrow through continuous tooth occlusion. No wonder every shot is so fast and accurate. It turns out that a good set of teeth is essential. The old hunter has already adjusted. The area where the hunt is scheduled for today. Try to get the whole thing back. The wolf team followed closely behind. Every hunt has a good performance. You just didn't get any meat. The hunter kept observing the scene. There's a warthog walking around up there. Call the guys around here now. Since the target is ahead, start the silent step immediately and wrap it around. The eager hunter hasn't waited for someone to arrive. I was already shooting at the pig. Too bad I let it get away. Dogs shake their heads when they see it. The hunters on the other side also found their prey. Seconds open a quiet step forward to approach. Bending down also keeps you from exposing yourself. Unfortunately, the hit rate is a little low. The prey takes fright and runs away. If this reaction had been a little slower, we were just about to be surrounded by hunters. The weirder the posture, the more lethal the arrow has slowly driven the warthogs into the bushes. What hasn't it realized? The arrow had pierced him hard. The hunters call their mates as they chase. You could win an award for that 100-meter dash. The warthog left a very visible trail. They found the prey area. To avoid being killed by a warthog alone, the hunters were walking side by side. Pick up something on the floor and smell it every now and then. The more you go inside, the more obvious it gets. Looks like the warthog's about to lose it. Sure enough, it was lying there by the bushes. It was done when the wolf team got here. Looks like we're not getting any meat today. The hunters excitedly dragged the warthog out. That's enough to feed the team. A successful hunt is not without celebration. You can see how happy everyone is. The old hunter talked about warthogs that could grow up here. The vigilance is quite high, but in their superb hunting skills. In a sea of people under siege tactics, you can't get away with being watched. I'm just coming down to show you. How do the Hadza tribe cook food? Don't look at the hunter's lack of muscle. You can carry 100 pounds of warthog without a problem. It's not like the muscle you build with the equipment in the city. They adapt their bodies during the hunt. Plus, it's all natural and no added foods. Outbursts of power are better than average. It's been a long time since I've had a warthog. He can't wait to taste the meat. Make happy sound while walking. There's still some distance to camp. Hunters have no fear of being attacked by the animals around them. After all, the wolf team was the first to see it. Plus confidence in the bow and the body. If they come, the hunters will eat more. The warthog would be carried by a different man every bit of the way. Mature hunters, that's all right. They also break down a tree and use it as a pole. Clean up the excess. Then tie the warthog to it. It's not just for convenience later, and for a young hunter to carry. Look at how skilled they are. I knew I'd done it all the time. I grew up doing this. No wonder I can carry my prey back alone. The old hunter will encourage B to help in time behind his back. There's only one short stretch left. The young hunter couldn't take it. The old hunter was not troubled. We need someone to carry the warthog back. Not enough strength to prove you're still eating less meat. Soon they were back at the baobab camp. Saw the warthog being carried back. Hunters are used to it. It was the barking team that got excited. Don't look at the big warthogs. Actually, it's only enough for one meal. To keep everyone fed, cook as much as possible. Sometimes even the food in their stomachs. Come back and drink some of the rainwater stored by the baobab trees. It looks pretty clear. It's definitely better than the river. The fatigue of the hunt was gone in an instant. It's time to clean up the warthog. First, gather the firewood and light the whole pile. Next door, the dog lies next to the warthog, dreaming of eating meat. Set the warthog on fire to burn off its fur. The smell of burning drew everyone in. The fur is a lot easier to handle now. The dog watched as the hunters tossed the warthog around. When will I be able to eat meat? Trying to get rid of the fur thoroughly. At the very least, it takes a few times to warm a fire. They divide the meat into sections. Smaller portions make it easier to roast and eat early. The way hunters have worked together over the years. No need to say anything. One look tells me what to do next. Everyone is doing what they can. It's the only place where dogs sleep. The old iron pot has been placed on the fire. The fat meat is first thrown into a pot to extract the oil. The smell of meat cheered up the dogs. Stir-fry the fat repeatedly on an iron pan with a wooden spoon, so that every place can be moisturized with oil. You can see there's a lot of oil coming out of the fat. Just hearing it makes my mouth water. The chef continued to heat the iron wok over the wood fire, and the dogs get some of the meat. After the pig's water is washed repeatedly in the bucket. Can I show you what the big fire is? While the flames are high, I want you to throw some more in there. The smell is good, but the smoke can't choke. No spices at the moment. It looks pretty good, but the dog next door is crying with greed. The chef continues to roll with the wooden spoon. It's the pig's water, after all. You have to make sure everything in the pan is cooked. Even a simple pot of stew. There's also an order to the ingredients. A base of fat and pig water. Now it's pig skin for bedding. The wolf team looked at that with tears in their eyes. I'd be so happy to have a bite of that. Pig skin wants to eat al dente. The oil underneath is critical. Soak the skin as much as possible. If you're asking if the meat smells good, you can see how excited the dogs are. They also choose high-quality potatoes as their staple food. Sure enough, every hunter is a chef. The knife work is really good. The potatoes are ready in a few moments. They also add tomatoes to it. That pot looks pretty attractive on the outside. The Hadza tribe pays great attention to nutrition. They don't prepare a lot of vegetables. At least bring some vegetables with every bite. The most important one is chili. Can suppress the warthog's own fishy smell. The surface has been covered with various vegetables. It seemed quite festive. One is for nutritional balance. The other is to reduce the excess oil inside, so your body can absorb it better. No wonder the hunters don't look fat. Thought it was the hunting. It turns out that they're also very particular about eating. I think there's another reason, just to keep the dogs from eating it. The vegetables are on top like this. They're all lying down to sleep. Stir the ingredients constantly during the braising. Make sure the bottom doesn't burn and stick. There's really no seasoning in there at all. It's all about the bond between the ingredients that creates the flavor. Look at how well the meat is cooked. Forget about the taste of the meat. Just looking at the color is appetizing. If I could just sprinkle cumin on it, I can do this whole thing straight away. Experienced chefs know how to get the most out of their ingredients, and that is to sprinkle a lethal amount of salt on it. The funny thing is the dog next door is making a greedy noise. Was immediately warned by the hunters. One more call, and we'll cook the dog in a pot. The effect is quite obvious. It was quiet all of a sudden. Gather up the mood and continue to sprinkle salt. Looks like I could use this for a year. The benefits of salt are numerous. Not only can stimulate people's taste, increase appetite, it also helps with digestion. Someone who knows what they're doing. That's a lot of salt for a big pot of meat. Still less for the hunters. If it wasn't for this big pot of warthogs, they don't want to put that much salt in it. The dogs are too greedy to talk now. I'm afraid I'll be burning the next minute. The chef uses his lung capacity to increase his firepower. He's been craving this meat for a long time. I can't wait to eat it now. It looks really, really good. The young hunter could not bear it. He just picked it up in his hands, and he was eating it. Doesn't care how hot the food is. It's a little weak for him. You should put another bag of salt in it. If we could put instant noodles in this pot of stew. A bowl of noodles with a piece of meat whole about 20. You can make a lot of money with a little stand. At almost no cost. It can be solved with local materials. It's just that the ingredients aren't very stable. It's up to the hunters to spot their prey. The dog next door watches others eat meat and soup. I can only smell the pain. It may not be a man, but hunters are real dogs. Didn't even taste any ground meat. The young hunter was one mouthful after another. Small bellies can hold big meat. I just picked it up and blew 2 mouthfuls and started eating it. This mouth is really not afraid of hot. No matter what the hunters say around you. Just put the meat in your mouth without saying a word. That's all that matters to him right now. I'm sure some people will ask why young hunters eat first. One is to make sure the food tastes good, right? On the other hand, I'm afraid he can't grab the meat. Let the young hunters eat first. The others can eat freely. It's all about how much you can eat. In fact, I think the most important thing is, and then the braising gets even more intense. It's a little hasty to eat first. You see, the old hunter takes his time. Eating that is classy. I didn't forget to grab the vegetables in there. They pay more attention to nutrition. Eat some potatoes to make you feel full. I don't know if you've noticed. The bowls the hunters use are filled with baobab nuts. It has a nutty smell all by itself. It's going to make the broth taste better. The dogs have been watching the circle. The hunters don't share the food. I don't share until I'm full. Another reason is that there's so much salt in one pot of meat. It's bad for the kidneys when dogs eat too much. They still have to rely on the wolf team to help with the hunt. Not to mention it hurts to raise a lot of food. Old hunters drink it first to moisten their throats. Wait for the meat to cool, by the way. It's not hot to eat it this time. Have a bite of meat and a bite of soup. I can't tell you how happy it is. A hunter's meal is as simple as that. You can peel and add potatoes like the guy behind you. I'm sure someone will say where the rest of the meat went. You know, they're hunters from the Hadza tribe, out hunting to bring food to the tribe. What is cooked now is not suitable for long storage. A delicacy only for hunters. The meat in the pot is cooking more fragrant. No matter how many times you eat it, you instantly fall in love. The 9 rolls of colon in there are the best. It retains the essence and adds it to the soup. It takes delicious to the next level. It's a skill old hunters know how to do. How would a young hunter know that? I thought it was just a regular stew. One of those degrees is way too big. The dogs don't know the twists and turns. I just know the meat really smells good. Praying for the hunters to finish. We can taste some scraps before the next hunt. The hunters are getting better at it. Your hands are all wet with juice. These are good with a little bread on them. Everyone around the pot, then there's no point in leaving. You're eating a mouthful of grease. Boy, that doesn't make a difference. It's not easy to be a hunter. The smell of this meat has long since drifted elsewhere. But none of the big carnivores came. It's like they have a perimeter around it. Once in, it's the next meal. No wonder the Hadza prefer hunting to setting traps. For one thing, they were skilled hunters. The other is the smell of the traps. It's easy to scare away the surrounding animals. These are years of survival experience for old hunters. There's still a lot of meat in the pan. Turn down the heat and slowly reduce the juice. You'd think all this salt would end up salty, but that's just fine for an old hunter. I want a big pot of rice to go with it. That bite is not warthog. It's a gift of gratitude to nature. I can't help but make noise when I'm happy. You have to share it with the dogs. Of course, there's no meat on it. The joy of hunters is as simple as that. The dog next door is waiting for happiness. The old hunter said there was no hurry. The meat is too salty for enough. You have to eat it to share it. It's not that I don't want to give. And I was there to make the dog laugh. After eating and drinking, they began to prepare for the next hunt. In particular, the arrow part must be carefully maintained. You can grease it with the grease from the pan. Warthog, that's what they're using it for. I wonder what hunters will find next. Let's wait and see.